Here's a simple truth that will change your life if you let it. All you can lose by being real is something fake. Sit with that for a second. Think about how much your stress comes from trying to be liked by people you don't even like, trying to fit into rooms you don't even enjoy, trying to keep a version of yourself alive that drains you. Why? Because you're scared that if you tell the truth about who you are, what it is you value, what you want, you'll lose people, you'll lose opportunities, or even you'll lose approval. And maybe you will. But if honesty makes it fall apart, it was never solid to begin with. The only thing that truth can break is an illusion. We're raised to perform, we're raised to be polite, to be easy, not to rock the boat, smile when you're tired, say yes when you mean no. It starts small and then these things stack up. You learn to act like you're fine even when you're not. You learn to laugh at jokes that don't sit right with you. You learn to dim your light because someone else told you it was too much. And over time, what happens is performance becomes a habit. You wake up one day and you realize you've been playing a part so well that you forgot your own lines. You can hear your own voice over the noise of who you thought you had to be. Being real is the way back home. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, it's actually quiet. It sounds like telling the truth in small moments. It looks like standing in your values when it would be easier to bend. It feels like a deep breath after holding it for years. People think authenticity is a brand. It's not. It's peace. It's freedom. It's the relief of knowing you don't have to remember the script because you're not acting anymore. You're not performing for anything or anyone. And let's talk about what you're afraid of losing. Sometimes when you perform, you're afraid to lose friends, but a friend who requires you to be fake is not a friend. They're a fan of the character you play. So you're afraid to lose love. But love that survives only when you hide your truth can't be love. It's not love. It's a contract built on fear. You're afraid to lose opportunities. But if an opportunity demands that you betray yourself, what you stand for, who you are, it's not an opportunity. It's a trap dressed up as success. When you're real, you might lose people. You might lose rooms. You might lose certain kinds of applause. But you gain something that's much better. Alignment. The relationships that remain feed you. They feed your soul. The rooms that now invite you, they respect you. The wins you keep are yours, and they're not just for show. And there's a cost to faking it that people don't talk about. You pay with anxiety. You pay with that feeling in your stomach when you're about to say yes, but your whole body's saying no. You pay with late night overthinking, replaying conversations, worrying if you kept the mask on straight. You pay with trust, not other people trusting you, you trusting you. Because every time you argue with your own truth, a little part of you sits down and says, I guess we don't matter here. That's how self-respect erodes over time. Not in big explosions, but in quiet moments where you choose comfort over honesty and tell yourself it's no big deal. It is though. It all adds up. Now, being real doesn't mean being rude either. It doesn't mean dumping your feelings on everyone or turning every room into a speech. It's not about volume. It's about integrity. It's about matching your outside with your inside. It's no when you need to protect your peace. It's yes when something lights you up. It's that doesn't work for me without a 10-minute apology. It's making decisions that serve your soul, not just your image. Real doesn't need to shout. Real is steady. You might say, but if I stop pretending, I'll end up alone. Here's the hard truth. And I've learned this in my journey through social media and just life, period. You might feel alone for a season. There's a quiet stretch between the life you fake and the life that eventually fits. It can feel empty because the noise is gone, but that's not loneliness. That's space. Space for the right people to find you. Space for your real voice to get stronger. Space for your values to root themselves. Think of it like cleaning your closet. When you clear out what doesn't fit, it looks bare. But that's the only way you make room for clothes that actually belong there. And your life works the same exact way. In a world obsessed with optics, authenticity is rare. We're flooded with highlight reels, rented lifestyles, curated personalities, and perfect captions that crumble in the first storm. These days, it's easy to feel like you have to play the same game to keep up. But here's the twist: being real is your edge, especially nowadays. People can feel real. They can feel it through the screen, through the posts, even through a 5-second clip. Real cuts through the noise because it's not trying to be anything. It just is. That's why the most powerful personal brands are built on truth. Not because truth is trendy, but because truth is sustainable. You can't keep up a lie forever without eventually losing yourself. Maybe you're building a career, a business, a platform, and you worry that if you're honest about your path, the slow parts, the uncertain parts, or even the learning parts, people will think less of you. But the people who will ride with you long term don't want a perfect robot. They want a human who's consistent, honest, and real. Brands pay for trust, clients stay for trust, audiences show up for trust. Trust is built when your words and your actions line up over time. That doesn't mean you share everything. It means what you do, what you share is true. And when you're wrong, you say so. When you grow, you show it. When you change, you own it. That's a reputation you can sleep on. Being real is also a filter. You don't have to chase the right people when your truth does the sorting for you. Your voice will attract who it's for, and it will repel who it's not. That's a gift. If someone walks away because you told the truth, bless them and release them. They just saved you years. If a door closes because you wouldn't betray yourself to walk through it, good. That door did not lead where you think it did. Real is an invitation to the life you actually want. Fake is a maze that keeps you busy while you miss it. Maybe you're thinking, okay, but where do I even start? Start small. Tell one truth that you usually hide. Lead a conversation with your real opinion, spoken with respect. Set one boundary you've been avoiding and keep it. Create one piece of content with your true voice, not the safe version. Wear an outfit that feels like you, not the version you think people expect. You don't need to flip your life in a day. You need to make it 1% truer, and then from there keep going. Every small act of honesty is a vote for the person you're becoming, and these votes add up. There's also this fear that you'll miss out if you're real. You'll miss out on certain invites. You'll miss out on fast growth. You'll miss out on easy attention. And maybe that's true. But what you gain matters more. You gain self-trust. You gain calm. You gain a community that knows you, not the costume. You gain a pace that you can sustain. And the goals you hit, they feel different. They don't feel like costumes you take off at night. They feel like skin you grow into. Let's say this very plainly. Authenticity won't make everyone happy. It's not supposed to. Your job is to be the person your job is not to be the person that everyone wants. Your job is to be the person you need to live a life you respect. When you respect your life, you stop chasing respect from people who don't even know you. That's the shift. That's when your yes means yes and your no means no. That's when your time has edges. That's when your energy has standards. That's when peace becomes your default, not a rare vacation. One of the strongest signs you're getting real is that your world gets quiet. The drama simmers down. The chaos slows down. And you realize that most of it wasn't yours. You were renting it by saying yes to things that weren't for you. Real is efficient. It saves your time because you don't have to double that back and fix the fallout from fake decisions. It saves your money because you stop buying things to cover up how you truly feel. And it saves your heart because it doesn't make you betray every day to keep people close who only like the illusion. So if you've been performing for a long time, authenticity can feel like a risk. I understand that. But ask yourself this: what's the bigger risk? Losing things that only like you when you're fake, or losing yourself while you try to keep them. One risk costs you a season, the other costs you a life. Choose wisely. There's no trophy for being the best actor in your own life. There's only burnout and a quiet sense that you abandoned the one person you were born to protect. You. Give yourself permission to be the real thing. Not the polished, perfect, always right version, but the honest one, the learning one, the growing one, the one who asks for what they need, who admits when they're wrong, who changes when they outgrow an old story. And people may not always like that person, but the right people will love them. And more important, you will love them. And when you like the person you are when you're alone, your life gets lighter, choices get clear, boundaries get simpler, the noise quiets, and the path shows up. So the next time you worry, what will I lose if I'm real? Answer yourself out loud. I might lose something fake. That's it. That's all truth can take from you. This stuff that was never going to last to begin with. The mask, the crowd that only claps for the mask, the rooms that only open for the mask. Let it all fall away. Let it go. And let your real life replace it piece by piece, day by day. Your peace is on the other side of honesty. Your people are on the other side of honesty. And your best work is on the other side of honesty as well. Cross over, be brave, be kind, be steady, and be you without the costume. All you can lose by being real is something fake. And what you gain is everything that matters. Thank you for staying throughout the whole video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. In the meantime, stay humble, be blessed, and keep going.